Test, 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 test. Can you guys hear me? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? You can, great. I will try my very best to be as entertaining as possible, even though we've only got 14 drivers on the grid. It seems everyone has one, well, not everyone, you know, a third of the grid has decided to take their holidays at the exact same time, which can't blame them for, you know, coronavirus lockdowns being lifted. We've got beautiful weather here in Europe, bit more political stuff going on. Give a shout out to Black Lives Matters, of course, but people need a break and we respect that, so let them have it. Looks like we're readying up. We're going to be ready to go very, very shortly. Audio a bit low. I'll move my microphone a little bit closer, but just let me know if it's a bit too loud, and I'll increase it. But my microphone was very far away before, so yeah. Hopefully it'll be okay now. Here we go, guys. Here we go. You're about to see some insane enthusiasm. All right, Fifi, I'll turn it up a little bit more. Just audio mix. Microphone level. All right, that should be a bit better. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Online Formula Racing. We are at race 8 at Circuit of the Americas at Austin, Texas. You've got Dr. Robot here, and Havoc, as you can see from the times or the list of drivers on the left, is racing in Lika Lache's spot right now in the Ferrari, because Lika is taking part in Midsummer. Having his time of his life. Thanks for joining us, Lika, in the chat as well. I'll do a tongue twister for you later if I can remember, don't you worry. But we are going to have an amazing race today. There are only 14 drivers, but I'm sure every single one of our no assist D1 professional drivers will keep this as entertaining as possible for you guys. And we've already got, once again, Carter coming out first on track. Now, as I said, we are at the Circuit of the Americas. It's a 20 corner anti-clockwise circuit. We've got dry race and a dry quali, and it is one hell of a circuit. It is so difficult to get this right. If you lose your momentum at any part of this track, you're losing at least half a second up to about 2 or 3 seconds if you keep missing your apexes and losing momentum. It is such a technical track that you need to get right. He's just gone through the S's here, coming up to the end of sector 1. That is one of the most trickiest parts of the track, all the way from turn 3 all the way to turn 9. We've got 3, 4 and 5 starting the S's and a big right-hander at 6, hard left-hander uphill into 8, and then off camber turn downhill into 8, and then you have to hit 9 off camber and go all the way downhill through a really quick apex at turn 10, all the way up to turn 11, which is an almost hairpin. Then you've got a really long straight where you're bound to see lots of overtakes. With a bit of nostalgia, we'll go back to F1IR Season 2 where we saw Lika and Max have that amazing battle here, and Lika overtake on the run up into turn 12, which is where you see Carter coming up to now. Lika, I wish you were here too. We all miss you. Don't you worry about that, my friend. But then, you're starting the final sector, Sector 3, as you're coming through here. Really tricky turn 13 and 14. No braking marker for turn 14. No braking marker for turn 13 either. And no braking marker for turn 15 either. None of these guys have the racing line on because it is not allowed. So these guys are going to be relying on instinct. They're going to be relying on their heavy practice to make sure they do not lock up. Other than that, the rest of the track is pretty sensible. As we've seen Carter prepare his hot lap now. So let's ride on board with him and let's see how he gets on. So I'm just going to turn on the telemetry quickly. And here we go. So he's got his DRS open. He's got his DRS set to overtake. As soon as he gets up to 7th gear, you want to go uphill here, lift a tiny bit as you get to the flagboard on the right-hand side, brake all the way down into 2nd gear, early upshift into 3rd, as you saw Carter do. He hit the apex nicely, and he's already to the inside of the track as he is going through turn 2 now. So these are the S's here. You want to go through 3 full speed, 4 full speed. You want to lift slightly and drop down to 6 as you're going through turn 6 now. Or really long right-hander. He drops it down to 5th, brakes a little bit, gets on the brakes, starts to go uphill now as he's going through turn 8, and this is the tricky corner that I was telling you about. So easy to invalidate, so easy to lose the rear as you're going through turn 9 there. But here he comes through turn 10 as he approaches this downhill, brakes at about 75 meters there, turns in, drops it down to 1st actually, 2 early upshifts, back up to 3rd, and away he goes. ERS set to hot lap, and he's going to switch to overtake as soon as he hits 7. There he goes, DRS wide open, up the hill, and down again. This part of the track is like a roller coaster. So here he comes now, coming up to the heavy braking zone at turn 12. You want to brake at about 60 meters, as he does. He brakes at about 50 actually, gets it turned in, absolutely 0 locks up, takes enough of that curve to help his car rotation, and he's gone purple in the first sector. Of course, he's the first guy to do it, but he is looking for a hell of a lap so far. He's pushed his ERS back down to high, and he is now coming into turn 15. They expect to see a lock up there, but he doesn't. He manages to get through it pretty safe, early upshift into 3rd, and now this really fast 16, 17, and 18, really fast full speed right-handers here, where you just fly all the way through, brake at the flagboard again, take as much of that curve as you can, otherwise you're going to go wide, brake again at the flagboard as you're coming into the final corner at turn 20, and nice and early on that throttle, open it up, squirt the DRS, and away you go. And he's put in a 1:31.8. My goodness, that was a fast lap. Let's see what Havoc can do. Havoc, of course, a D2 driver, moved up to D1 today, replacing the Ferrari of Lika there. It looks like his teammate Vilsek has gone super deep into turn 12 there. You can see he's just off the road currently. What's he doing? I think he's going to wait for this car to pass, but we'll see how Havoc's getting on. He is on a hot lap. He's hardly used up any of his ERS, actually. And don't worry, guys, I will turn on that full track map. There you go. Havoc just coming up to the final corner now. If he can get below a 1:33, I'll be very impressed with him. Right now, he's doing a 1:36, so he's still on a hot lap there, you can see, so he might have messed up that previous lap there, and he's turned his ERS all the way down, so he's going to come out and he's going to do a faster lap, I guarantee it. Nice to see Bob, Jan, Sho, Fifi, Lika, who else is here? We've got Anders as well, Carter's somehow here as well, even though he's racing. Good to have you guys here with us today. Predictions, I'd like to know who you think's going to finish where. And other than that, where do you think the DNF zone is going to be? Now, I'm going to jump down to some more guys who are on their hot laps. It looks like Simon is on a hot lap, actually. He's just coming up to that tricky part of the track at turn 13 now. Through 14 he goes. You want to stick to the inside as much as you can there. Just position that car to the right and let it drift out and then turn in as quick as you possibly can. It sounds like I'm contradicting myself there, but it is a really technical part of the track. Here he comes full speed. He lifts slightly to reduce that understeer as he's going through this really fast right-handers in sector 3. Now he comes through turn 19. He doesn't get as much curve as he wanted to, and he had to lift slightly, but he's coming into the pits. It's a really tricky pit lane as well, as you can see. You need to brake so heavily as you're coming in there. Expect to see at least someone clip their wing there, but let's see who else is on a hot lap right now. Havoc hasn't validated he's going to be coming in. It looks like we've got Williams about to cross the line. It could be... It's YBN about to start his hot lap. Another D2 driver who is filling in some spaces here today. Thanks a lot to these D2 drivers. We would have had a very small grid if you didn't show up today. But they are going to be getting lots of practice in for the next D2 race, which starts at 7 PM at British summertime. So make sure you tune into that as well, where AJ, our champion of the world from last season, who's a D1 driver, is going to be commentating for you there. But he's invalidated already, YBN has, and he's going to have to go all the way back round again. So we got Bob saying that the DNF zone is going to be at turn 1 in the S's. I imagine the S's, I don't think turn 1, it's a very wide corner, and I hope these drivers, in fact, we don't hope, we know these drivers are professional drivers. They're not going to do anything silly, no silly dive bombs like you'd see in D2 or D3. Let's hope they can keep it clean. We've also got Fifi saying the S's as well, but not many places for DNFs. Interesting, you're right. There's not a lot of places where you can crash into a wall if you come off the track. You're most likely just to hit a gravel trap, hit the grass, slow down, and get back onto the track. But Ayasarala Gurman is also on an out lap. I'm trying to find someone who's on a hot lap right now. It looks like Izat might be. He's done a... No, he's invalidated as well, so let's just go down and see if Stinson... Stinson is on a hot lap. Let's ride on board with Stinson. So he's just going on the uphill straight now after turn 11. DRS open. He's not got his... He turned his ERS all the way down, actually. So he's not on a hot lap right now. He has not... Oh, so he must be on an out lap, or he must have made a mistake and he's going for another one. Let's see if he has enough fuel when he comes back around. Anyone else? YBN has invalidated his lap as well. We've got Gernman on a out lap. He's about to start his hot lap, so let's ride on board with him. So let's check his braking point. You can see that flag board on the right-hand side of the track there. He brakes a little bit after that, drops it all the way down to second. He doesn't go down to first like we've seen a lot of these other drivers do. He has kept it in second, and he's already back up to 6 as he goes through turn 2, and then he hits turn 3, turn 4, as much as that's possible, turn 5. He lifts into 5, he goes up, shifts into 6, and he's changing gears a lot more than these other drivers here. He drops it down to 4, he's gone purple in the first sector, and he needs to keep it tucked in now and full throttle as he goes through turn 9. That was a bit scruffy, but he did go purple in the first sector, so let's see if he can keep that time up. Here he comes approaching turn 11, brakes at about 75 metres there, slight lock up on the front left, but he does still manage to get that turned in time, and he's back up to speed. You're going to see him switch his ERS up to hot lap as he did, down to overtake as he reaches gears 6 and 7, and now this is where you need to brake really late as you're going downhill into turn 12, again, where we saw that beautiful overtake by Lika and Maximus battling each other in F1 IIR Season 2. Now he locks up his front left slightly. Expect to see a lot of that. Expect to see another lock-up going into turn 15 here. So it's going to be the front left that's going to be locking up. As you can see, a slight lock-up there. Another little kiss of a lock-up as he's just hitting the apex. Really tricky part of the track. Really, really technical. But they are getting through it quite well. I don't expect D2 drivers to be that consistent as they're going through there. But the D will always cut the corner and he's invalidated! Again, showing you how easy it is to invalidate at these completely blind corners. It's where you cannot see where the corner turning is, and you just kind of have to steer and hope. That's all you've got, really. But unlucky Gernman is going to have to go for another one, and he's going to have to come into the pits. Now we've got Vilsek on an out lap, and we've got Rubbs as well. Rubbs is our third D2 driver who's helping us fill in numbers and show us what he's got here in D1 today. Both Rubbs and YBN Steven are going to be going to D1 next season, and they are looking to be teammates too, provided they are not too overpowered. It's going to be absolutely fantastic to see these two racing in a team. They are friends in real life, and you know, if they can bring that onto the track, that'll be even better. But they are going into our top tier 0 assists for F1 2020 starting on the 25th of July. We still have a few spaces open in our lowest division, Division 3, so if you do want to join, just check out our Discord link, server invite that will be in the description below. But we've got Rob starting his hot lap now. Let's see how he gets on. ERS into overtake. Let's see if he switches it down. Now, we don't see these D2 drivers doing as much ERS management as these other drivers. And you can see that now, for example, he's still got his ERS set to overtake even when he's coming out of corners. And that might produce a lot of tyre slippage and affect the corner exit speed. But he's on a controller, Rubbs is, and he's actually doing really well to control that through the S's. It's extremely hard on these parts of the track where you need momentum, you need smooth steering to get that nailed on the controller. But a lot of these controller guys are doing that. It is Fifi, it is Rubbs racing right now. Now, here he comes into turn 11. He turns in. You can see he's a bit choppy on the steering there, emphasizing that he is on a controller and it is hard to keep that at a specific point. The joystick, that is, but he is doing very well. He had a pretty good first sector. He's looking at a 134 at the moment. Let's see if he can keep that up as he's now coming into turn 12. He closes his DRS, he turns and he locks up the front left slightly, but he takes a lot of that curb, and you can see how much the rear helped to rotate there to get his car through and not understeer into the corner. That was a very clever move from him there. Here he comes through turn 15, no lockups whatsoever, and he's already back up to half throttle, full throttle. He's doing pretty well here. I think he's going to be looking at a 134. He is still on an out lap though. I don't know why it says that on the screen. I'm pretty sure he's on a hot lap. Let's see if that updates when he crosses the line. Oh, he's messed that up a little bit. Cool Hands Carter goes faster with the 131.4 as Rubs is now coming to cross the line. Has it registered his lap? Yes, it has. He did a 135.7. So that's not a bad time. He has beat Havoc, who's another D2 driver right now, but Havoc is currently on another lap. Now, Carter has gone fastest with a 131.4 currently. I'm going to jump up to Santu just to see if he's on. Oh no, Santu's in the pits. I'll jump down to Simon and see if he's coming into the pits as well. Izat is invalidated his lap just there, so he's going to have to go round again. And Rubs is coming into the pits now. Havoc is still on a hot lap, so let's watch him. Now, one little trick that Havoc told me about finding the braking point for turn 13 is basically just follow the racing line, and as soon as your tyre touches that outside curb on the entry into turn 13, that's where you want to brake. Oh, as he gets really scruffy, and he spins. Oh, he's lost a bit of wing there. He's lost a bit of wing just on the entry into those fast right-handers at turn 16. He's going to wait for this Williams to pass before he gets back onto the track. Let's hope he doesn't get DSQ'd. No, he doesn't, and he's going to go away. I think he just got a bit too throttle heavy. He lost the front and his rears just wanted to stick to the track, and that caused him to oversteer and spin, unfortunately. But we have got Iza. I think he's preparing for another lap right now. He cuts the corner there. Let's hope he doesn't invalidate his next lap. Oh no, he's coming into the pits. He's into the pits. He was on hards, let's not forget. Everyone apart from 3 drivers have done their fastest times on softs. The only ones not to are Simon, Izat and Stinson. Izat and Stinson are going to be the ones that you want to look at for the strategy, because they always seem to get the strategy right. But Carter has currently committed to those soft tyres, so maybe this could be some pit stop drama to take that lead away from Carter. Right, so it looks like we've got Gernman again on an outlap. He has yet to set a time because he keeps invalidating, unfortunately. It's really easy to invalidate here. But let's hope he can get round this one. Okay, he's on an outlap though, so we'll jump back to him a little bit later. Stinson has invalidated as well. He's going to be staying out and going for another. Lika, don't tempt me. I will do it. I will do it. And we've got an Alpha about to cross the line. It's Shorty. I'm sorry for jumping like this, guys, but I just forgot that I could switch a different way. So here we go. Shorty starting his hot lap now. ERS set to overtake. He's already in 7th gear. He's going up the hill. Will he switch to 8? No, he won't. He's going to stay in 7th. That's going to help with his engine braking to slow the car down. He's taken enough of that apex, and away he goes downhill to begin the S's. Round this long right-hander at turn 2, under the bridge, and the S's begin at turn 3. Oh, bit of a correction there. 4. Oh, he's lost a lot of speed. This is what I'm talking about. If you make a mistake, you have to lift, and you lose so much momentum. I don't think he's going to be improving on his first sector time. Let's see if he does. He was 2/10 up, even though he lifted as Carter retires from the session in the pits, so he's happy with his time. Let's see if he can set a faster middle sector Shorty. Now, Izat is currently, I think, 30 or 40 something points ahead in the championship. Shorty needs to finish above 5th if Izat finishes 1st in order for Shorty to keep this championship fight alive. Otherwise, if Shorty finishes below 5th and Izat takes 1st place, Izat has won the Constructors' Championship. The Drivers' Championship, I beg your pardon, and the Constructors' Championship too, actually. But it's Shorty's job to try and take that pole position, or at least finish ahead of Izat, which he is currently doing a good job of. So Izat is still in the pits on medium tyres right now. He's only set at 135. Simon getting out the way there. Clever place to do it. I think he managed to get off the racing line just in time. And here comes Shorty as he's going to cross the line. He goes a bit deep into the final corner. He's got a little bit wide. He hasn't invalidated though. And he crosses the line with a 1. Oh, he didn't improve. He stayed on a 133.0. So he's not going to be able to knock Carter off that front spot for now. And let's see where Stinson is. He's invalidated again, and he is going for another lap now. This is definitely going to be his last chance. Let's see if Stinson can do it. So he's coming into turn 2 now. Scotty has moved out of the way. Thank you, Scotty. Full speed through 3 and 4, lifts through 5, drops it down, pushes the car wide, then gets back on the throttle to keep that car turned in, brings it down to 4th as he's going through that fast left-hander at 7. Up the hill he goes through 8, and he's got a bit of oversteer. And he's invalidated again. He's cut the corner at turn 9. He's got enough time to go around again, but are his tyres going to be able to last? I just don't know if they will. He must have been out on these tyres for quite... He's done 3 laps on these tyres already. This is not going well for Izat. I am going to jump down to Gernman now, though, who is on his final hot lap as well. If he invalidates, Gernman's going to be starting in last place. Vilcek is on his out lap as well. We need to see how Vilcek gets on because he and Ayatollah Gernman have yet to set a time. Gernman are very choppy on that throttle, but he seems to be carrying some immense speed through that first sector. I really do not know how he's doing it, and he hasn't cut the corner there, and he is still active in this lap. This is going to be it. He has the pace to knock Carter off that top spot. Let's see if he can do it. So here he goes, round turn 11. He's got his ERS set back to overtake to get as much speed up this hill as he can. He's opened up his DRS, as you can see, in a few seconds. There we go. His DRS is wide open and he's going to be coming into turn 12 right now, braking at about 55 meters there as soon as his front wing hits it. He turns and locks up the front left slightly and starts to position his car. As soon as he gets to the left hand side, he's gone purple in the middle sector. He could take Carter's time here if he doesn't invalidate at that really easy to invalidate turn 19. Let's hope he doesn't. But he's already up on his time by a few tenths. He's coming around his really fast right-handers now. That's turn 18. This is where he's going to invalidate. Let's see if he can not do it. He hasn't invalidated, but he has got a bit deep. Is he going to? No, he hasn't invalidated. He can still do it now. The checkered flags are out. Carter currently has provisional pole. Shorty in P2, Santu in P3. And ISO Ralph Gurman pushes Shorty down to 3rd place and Santu down to 4th with an impressive 1:32. Hot lap there on those soft tyres. Good job, Gurman, for pulling that together right when you needed it. But we have still got Vilcek left to see if he can challenge a podium for qualifying. He's starting this uphill straight right now. DRS open, ERS set to overtake. This is where he has to make up as much time as possible. Just as he goes through turn 12, this is a really easy corner to lose momentum, and this is where he needs to be quick. Let's see if he can do it. He's turned in nice and early upshift there, and he's pretty early on the throttle as well. He did that okay. He's gone purple in the middle sector, in fact. Let's see if he can keep this up. Really tricky part of the track now. Start of sector 3 coming into turn 15. Easy place to lock up and lose time, but he's got through it again by early upshifting right at the perfect moment. Now he's coming through these really fast right-handers at 16, 17 and 18 there. Let's see if he can brake and not invalidate at turn 19. He doesn't invalidate, and he's carrying a lot of speed through there. He could take 2nd place from Ayasarel Gurman here. He locks up heavily on that front left as he's going into the final turn at turn 20, and he finishes 3rd. Solid time from Vilcek there. That's a podium for Ferrari. Lika, I'm sure you are very happy right now. Now it's going to be Rubbs. He's the last guy that can cause some havoc around here. Where is he going to finish? I'm not sure on his sector times, but he may finish in the top 10. Let's see if he can do it. DRS open, ERS back up, and he crosses the line. He doesn't improve, unfortunately. He's stayed in P13, but what a quali. What a quali. Very, very solid work from Vilcek and Gernman there to at least close Carter down a little bit, but Carter has taken it again. So let's have a look at these times and let's just quickly see what tyres these guys are on. So everyone on that soft tyre, apart from Stinson, who's starting in last place, surprisingly. Scotty in 8th and Izat on the mediums in 6th place. Expect to see some strategy change here in an effort to take that top spot away from Carter. We had a 1:31 fastest, a 1:42 slowest, and there's a big gap from 1st down to 14th. Let's just exclude the 14th time for now and go to 13th. There's a 4-second gap currently. That is very interesting. Circuit of the Americas is a tricky track. It's a very tricky track, and only those best are going to be able to finish this with no penalties and extend their point advantage over the other drivers. But we are going to begin shortly. Again, it's just Dr. Robot here today. Havoc is racing in the Ferrari spot. We've also got Rubbs and YBN Steven on track, helping us support the low numbers because everyone has decided to take a break this weekend. Fifi, I'm not sure what you mean by D2 pace there. But Fifi's also not going to be joining us in D2 today, which is very, very sad as well. Rest in peace, Fifi. Rest in peace. But we've got Lex in the chat. Lex, good to have you with us. Hope the stream's enjoyable for you. And yeah. Now, in terms of strategy, some of the AOR guys can do a one-stop strategy here, a soft medium. It is possible, but I don't think these drivers are going to be quicker on a one-stop. They're probably going to be quicker on a two-stop. The question is, do they want to use this hard tire and try to extend a one-stop stint? Or do they want to try and be quicker and do some undercuts and be quicker later on in the race? It all depends on whether or not we're going to see a safety car, but I reckon the majority of these guys are going to be doing soft, medium, soft, or soft, medium, medium. We'll have to wait and see, though. Enrique saying his quali time is a 1:37. That's a D3 pace. That's a good, solid D3 time. Expect to see somewhere around the 1:33s for D2, 1:32, possibly by some of the fastest guys like Rubs and YBN, and Havoc also is very fast around here. But I think... I think Stinson's asking for a restart. I'm just giving the ready up to these guys. Well, there may be a restart scenario here. Just bear with me, guys. Right, guys, sorry for the delay there. We're going to have a restart because some drivers have different setups to the one they just qualified with. Unfortunately, this game is not perfect, and we will be restarting. So, yeah, sorry about that, and we'll hope to get... I'm going to leave the stream open. So you'll have me to talk to, I suppose, until then, but Codemasters sometimes suck big time. And these glitches do happen, so we'll be started in no time. I'm just going to quickly send the invites to people. I'll go radio silent for about 1 minute. Guys, we've got everyone back in the lobby now. We're just waiting for Stinson to set the grid order. Then we'll be going. Sorry about this. We'll be starting in less than 2 minutes. Right, guys, we're ready to go again. Again, apologies for that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get ready to rumble! So, we're back. Circuit of the Americas. OFR, Season 2, Division 1. 14 drivers, 3 from D2, the rest from D1. The other 7 guys are on holiday right now, enjoying their lives, enjoying their lockdown, cool-down celebrations. We're going to be racing around here today with 0 assists. Everyone make sure you like the stream. Thanks for that, Fifi. Let's have an amazing race. Let's get started again, and I'll give these guys the order to ready up in 15 seconds. And there we go, we've got one of the drivers running up, so we are A-OK and we are good to go. Now, I believe there's 28 laps here. We're looking at, as I said before, at this potential 2-stop strategy from these guys. Possibly the guy starting on mediums could go for a medium hard. I think that's the only way we're going to make this 1-stop strategy work. We've got Carter starting again about a second quicker on pole position right now. His quality time was a second quicker than P2. His teammate, ISRL Gernman, and then Vilsek in the Ferrari in third place. Now we've got Havoc replacing Lika, who's currently watching the stream. And I think Havoc's starting down in 12th place, so I expect to see some recovery from him. He is a D2 driver, let's not forget, and he is my teammate in D2, actually. We race in the Red Bull, and he's out there gathering as much data as he can now for the race. We've got a dry race. We're not sure if we're going to have the same in D2 that starts in around, let's have a look, an hour and a half's time, so make sure you tune in for that. AJ is going to be commentating there, our previous champion of the world in OFR Season 1. Hopefully he'll come back for F1 2020 next season, which will start on the 25th of July here in OFR. And we're going to have about 3 special events a week in the off-season. We're going to have, I'll give you a bit of a reveal now. We are going to have a 3-lap 1v1 tournament with 20 drivers. Gwen's going to choose the tracks. We're going to have D3 assists. We're going to have no practice and default setups as well. And the winner is going to be getting a little prize. You basically use any assist you like apart from ABS. You can have the racing line on corners only, I think. And Gwen's going to be choosing the tracks. Everyone's going to go 1v1. We're going to with a pure elimination round, so you only get one chance, and if that chance is lost, you're gone. If you succeed, you go on to the next round. I don't think it's going to be two D1 drivers in the final. I reckon it's going to be 2 D2 drivers, and I say that because these D1 drivers practice all week. That's the only way they prepare for a track. Some of the D2 drivers don't practice as much as they should, and they are comfortable going into a track without any practice at all, and they are a bit more consistent in that respect compared to the D1 drivers, but they're not overall consistent, and the D1 drivers are definitely faster, but I just feel that it's going to be 2 D2 drivers in the final there, so make sure you tune in for that. That's going to be amazing. Havoc does get points, and they won't be added to Lika's driver standings, they'll be added to Havoc's driver standings, but they will count towards the team standings. We are allowed to use reserve drivers, it's the same in F1. In real life, you can do that, and Ferrari will be getting the points here today, as will the Red Bull, because Max and Mats, I think they're the Red Bull drivers. I can't actually remember. Oh no, sorry. Stinson's teammate is Pitch Black, so Rubbs is going to be scoring points for Red Bull, and YBN Steven is in the Williams. His teammate is the long lost AJ. He'll be helping out Williams if they can finish in the points too. But we're lining up on the grid now, guys. We are starting this 28-lap anti-clockwise circuit. Very technical circuit, very challenging circuit. Easy to invalidate, easy to lose time. It's going to take a consistent pro with a lot of patience to finish in first place here. Let's see who's going to take it. So, as we are lining up on the grid, waiting for that yellow flag. There we go. We've got the yellow at the end of the third sector. We've got the lights coming on now. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5 lights. And we are away at OFR Season 2, Race 8 at Circuit of the Americas. Now, it looks like Carter again got a pretty decent start. He's chosen to go down the inside. ISRL is looking down the inside of him already, and he has jumped his teammate. ISRL is now in first place, and there goes Vilsek up into second already for Ferrari. Jumping Carter. Carter now down in third place. I didn't expect that start to happen, but it was pretty clean otherwise. We've got Scotty moving down 3 places, and Simon at the back moving down just 2 places, but it's been pretty clean, and ISRL Gurman and Vilsek can both jump Carter for first and second place respectively. How's Carter getting on? He's going to be extremely impatient here. He's going to want to get this position back as soon as possible. He's not one of these drivers that likes to be patient. He likes to get this stuff done as quick as he can. But oh, we've got a car spinning out. It's the Ferrari. It looks like it's Havoc. Havoc has spun. We've got 2 drivers off. It's Havoc and Scotty again. The Ferraris and the Alpha coming to blows. It doesn't just need to be Leica in that car. It can be Havoc too. What on earth happened there? We've got a yellow flag in sector 2. That's those 2 cars there. I'm going to jump back up to the lead right now as they go through turn 12 just to see if it's still Gernman and Vilsek. It is. They are still in 1 and 2, and we've got a bit of an overtake by Santi there on YB and Steven. Teammates battling hard, of course, but only temporary teammates, of course, because he's taking up AJ's spot at the minute. But Santi is doing a pretty good job right now. He's only lost out 1 place to ease that so far. We've got Carter just 3 tenths behind Vilsek. He's gaining on him. He's gaining on him. Vilsek getting a little bit scruffy as he's going through the entry into turn 19 there. Let's hope he can keep it clean. He can, and they're going to be turning now. Now, Carter, if he can get a better exit, he's going to have a huge toe. He's really close behind, actually. Let's ride on board of him and see if he can make a move on Vilsek as they are going into turn 1 as Carter goes fastest in the third sector. He's going to be looking down the inside. He's going to be braking later. He has made the move. Is Vilsek going to give it up. He is, unfortunately, and Carter is now ahead. Vilsack is not one to give up either, though, and he's a very quick, very fast, very well-developed driver here, and he could get this position back if he can nail these apexes. Carter getting a bit scruffy in there, you can see it. One mistake and you lose momentum, and Vilsack is now looking down the inside as they go up to turn 7. Not yet, it's not going to happen yet, but they are still very, very close behind. Big battle for third place right now. I am just going to quickly look a bit further down the grid. It is starting to space out a little bit. We've got a bit of a battle going on between Tommy and Santu, but I'm going to stick with these guys for now because they are the fastest on track. As Stinson overtakes YB and Steven there. Stinson moving up to moving up to 9th place, sorry, as Steven gets that position back, but Stinson gets the inside line into turn 11. Stinson started in last place, as you know. He's moved up 6 positions, and he is now in 8th place. Quality work from Stinson. How long will these medium tyres last? But I'm going to jump back up to Carter because Vilsack is now right on the rear of Carter, and Carter is looking to make a move on his teammate Gernman right now as well. Now, these two did come to blows in Russia. Carter did actually report his teammates, so tensions are high when it comes to Toro Rosso, and I expect these two to be battling every lap of this race whenever they are within a second of each other. It is not pleasant in Toro Rosso right now, and I'm sure this battle is not going to get any better. Vilsack is going very right as he's going around these really fast right-handers at 16, 17 and 18. Let's hope he can keep it clear as Carter goes deep there, and Vilsack is now getting challenged by Shorty. Now, Vilsack obviously always has Leaker in his party. He's currently got Havoc in there right now. Havoc down in last place. Let's hope Havoc can pull a few of these positions back. He's 5 seconds behind Scotty right now, and Rubs is currently 5 seconds behind. Now, we've got a little bit of battle going on between Super Bounty. Let me just jump to him and see how they're getting on. Going into turn 1, he's got YB and Steven in front of him. A D2 driver. YB and Steven gets scruffy, and Super Bounty also gets a big staff of oversteer as well. And he's going to be making a move on YB, and if he can keep it side by side into the S's, can they? Yes, they can, and Super Bounty gets ahead. Solid work from Super Bounty there. Well done. Really difficult place to overtake. You do not want to go side by side all the way through the S's, but it looks like he committed to the corner a bit more than YB and Steven did, and he got that overtake done. Now, we've got still the top 3 in the same position. I am going to jump back up to Shorty, though, because Shorty is still right on the rear of Vilsack. They will have DRS now as well. You can see he's got his DRS open now, and away he goes. Now, let's see if he can get a good enough slipstream with a good enough reduction in drag to get this overtake done. He's got a lot of speed on him, as you can see. He's going to be looking down the inside just to dummy him for now. Vilsack locks up both left tyres there. He gets a little bit messy because his left tyres are not sticking to the track as much as he wants to, and still, Shorty is trying to put off Vilsack, looking down the inside, hopefully forcing Vilsack into a mistake here. Can he keep his cool? I'm not sure, but maybe his positioning was in response to Izat behind him, where he is currently fending off Izat. Izat's going to make a move soon. Now, Shorty is in 2nd place in the championship, let's not forget that, and he is the only one that can stop Izat winning this this Drivers' Championship today or next week. So Shorty is going to want to stay ahead of Izat for as long as he possibly can. But now we're seeing Gernman defend against Carter. Ooh, these guys do not want to give up the positions. You can see them changing positions into the braking zone there. And now Carter's going to make a move. Let's see if he can do it. We're going to ride on board with him. Gernman is currently ahead. These guys are not happy with each other. This is aggressive racing right now. They need to keep it clean. Gernman just has far better control through these S's, even though he's on a controller, I believe. Gernman, fantastic racer, doing a lot to keep the fastest guy in D1 currently behind him. Well done, Gernman. But I'm going to stick with these guys just for now because Carter's going to have DRS. And if he can get a good exit out of turn 11 that they're going through now, he's going to jump him. And it looks like he does get a pretty decent exit. So here we go. Gernman already switching to the left-hand side, trying to break this toe. He's not got any positional arrows yet. Let's see if Carter's going to make a move. Carter's chosen the right side of the track. Gernman now begins the squeeze. Can Gernman outbrake his teammate Carter? Yes, he can. Can Carter do the cutback? No, he cannot. Gernman is still ahead. Absolutely fantastic racing by these guys right now. 2 evenly matched race pace drivers right now. I am going to jump down to Vilsack and Shorty because Shorty's made that move on Vilsack, but now Vilsack is trying to fight back, and now Vilsack has to also defend against Izat. Vilsack looks like he got a pretty decent exit out of turn 15 there, and let's see if he doesn't mess up these right-handers like he is usually doing. He's understeering a lot. He doesn't have a lot of front wing downforce, I believe. Maybe that could be affecting him, but he is following Shorty very close. And we could even see him overtake him now with a run uphill into turn 1 with the DRS. Yes, Vilsack will jump him now. You can see already he got a far better exit out of turn 1. He took the inside line. He's got his DRS open, but it looks like Shorty's defending with overtake. Yes, he is. He's defending with his ERS set to overtake. And let's see if Vilsack has him. Not yet, but Izat is now looking at these guys, hoping to make a move. Now they're going side by side. Who's going to come out on top? It's going to be Shorty. It might have been a little bit of a kiss on the front wing to the rear tyre of Shorty and Vilsack there. Let's hope they're still okay as we see Stinson cutting a few corners. Not seen any penalties as of yet, but we'll have to wait and see if any of these build up. But right now it is still Gernman ahead of his teammate as they're going into turn 11. Now again, this is where Carter could make a move. Gernman is going to choose that inside line again. I believe he switches to the left now, and he is trying to defend. Now let's see if Carter can get him. Again, Carter has a lot of speed, but he's not going to have enough to outbreak him with the outside line. There you can see Gernman breaking just a little bit later and taking that racing line, pushing his teammate Carter wide there. Fantastic racing as we see Vilsack make that move back on Shorty. Sorry I missed that there, guys. I hope this stream was entertaining for you. Let me know if it is. Let me know if I need to make any improvements. But now Izat is looking down the inside of Shorty, and Izat has got that overtake done at that almost hairpin at turn 15. Well done, Izat. And Shorty is now getting challenged by Stinson. All Shorty needs to do is finish within the top 5 here, and that will secure the driver championship battle. That's all he needs to do. But Shorty is currently in P5, and he is currently getting targeted by Stinson. Now I'm going to jump back up to see if Carter's now going to make a move on his teammate. No, Gernman still has a far better line there. He's got the inside line, and it is so easy to defend there. So easy to defend. Showcrime's wants to look at the tyres right away. Showcrime, I'll show you what they've currently got. Let's switch to the interval and let's switch to the tyres. So, everyone, of course, is on the 5-lap strategy. Only Scotty and Havoc were the ones to pit. Havoc going back onto the softs, but Scotty going on to the hards. And we've got a bit of an incident with Rubs. Is that Rubs? Into turn 1. Future teammates could be battling here. Is that what's going on? Oh, we got a bit of glitching going on between these drivers. Hopefully they can keep it clean. Hopefully their connection between each other, because I think they're both from the same country, will be okay. But it's looking a little bit glitchy on my screen, as you can see, as Robs goes super wide there, and he's going to have to come back on track in an awkward position, and that's going to affect his speed as he comes up the hill round turn 9 and into turn 10. But he is still ahead. He is still ahead. I'm going to jump back to these two battling at the front because it's less than 3/10 and it's about to go down. And Gernman is still ahead. He's doing a hell of a defensive ride, which makes me believe that Carter maybe had a full time trial setup for his qualifying, and that is affecting his race pace right now. But we're also going to look at Vilsack because he is right on the back of Izat. He is not letting Izat run away here, as Carter is now very close behind, less than 2/10 as they go into turn 19. Let's hope Gernman can keep it clean. Yes, he can, and Gernman is into the pits. Gernman is pitted, lap 6. He's committed to a 2-stop. Depending on what tyre he puts on, I'm not entirely sure, but surely he's committed to a 2-stop strategy here. He's going to go for the undercut. Let's see what tyres he puts on. His pits box is near the end, and he's got the mediums. The pit crew are waiting with the mediums there. They're on. It's a pretty quick pit stop, about 3.1 seconds, 3.4 seconds, or somewhere in between there, and he pulls away and he's come out in 8th place, about to get overtaken by Super Bounty, I believe. Can he come out ahead of him? It would help him a lot if he can come out ahead because he has a fair bit of clean air. Yes, he can come out ahead, and he's going to be able to make up some time on his teammate Carter now. Now, where is Carter? That's what we need to look at right now, but I am going to jump back to Vilsack, who's still challenging Izat. Is he? No, he's about a second behind. It looks like he's made a bit of a mistake there. Shorty catching up to the back of Vilsack, so it looks like Vilsack did make the mistake. Havoc has picked up a time penalty, multiple warnings there. He needs to keep that Ferrari horse under control, and now we're going to see if Carter is going to come into the pits. He's got a lot of ERS, as you can see. He's done very well on his ERS management. Will he take these another lap? I am not sure. So Gernman is the only one who didn't crash at the beginning, who stopped. YBN Steven is also, I think he made an early stop. We've got Simon and Rubs engaged in a little bit of a battle now as well. I'm going to jump up to that battle just to see what's going on. Simon has overtaken him. And I'm going to jump back up to Shorty again. Sorry for switching so quickly, just to see how he's getting on with Vilsack. Vilsack's going, Vilsack goes so wide through those right-handers. He needs more front wing. And let's see if Carter's coming in. No, he stayed out. Now, it looks like Santu's in the pits. Oh, no! Has he lost his wing? No, he's still got his wing. Oh, he needs to be careful. It's a really tricky pit entry. You have to slow down so much. And Santu, let's see if he changes his wing. I'm not sure what happened there. Where's Santu? There he is. He's coming into his pit box now. And he's not changing his... Oh, he's changing his wing. He must have hit it on the pit entry. He's switched to the medium tyres. His front nose cone is back on now. They drop his car. That was about a 9-second stop, and he's pulled away. So he's going to lose a lot of time and a lot of places there as well. Ooh, not good. Now, Havoc's picked up another penalty for corner cutting. He desperately needs to keep that under control, because 3 more and he's going to get a black and white flag, and he's going to be warned that he'll be disqualified if he continues. He needs to keep it clean. But I really want to know when Carter's going to be coming into the pits. He's just going through turn 12 right now. It doesn't look like his tyres are too worn either. He doesn't look like he's going particularly fast as well. He's not using any ERS through this last sector here. And is he just trying to save his tyres right now to extend his stint for a 1-stop? Is that what he's doing? Or is he coming into the pits? He's in. He's coming into the pits right now. So we're going to keep an eye on Gernman and see where he comes out. Carter's going to have 2-lap younger tyres compared to Gernman there. Let's see if Gernman's going to jump him. He's just coming through turn 18 now on the run-up. We've got a Red Bull. Who is it? Is it Stinson? It's not Stinson. It's Rubbs. Rubbs has come off the track again. That was at turn 14 there. I'm going to jump back up to Gernman. He's coming around the final corner now. Carter is coming out of the pits. Where's Gernman? He's going to jump him. He's jumped him. Gernman has jumped his teammate by about half a second. So the undercut did work, but Carter's going to have 2-lap younger tyres. So this battle is now going to continue. That is fantastic news. So looking back, we've got Shorty, who stopped, currently chasing Super Bounty, who has yet to stop. Super Bounty did start on those soft tyres, as you can see, so he should be coming in this lap. 9 laps is a reach. It is a bit of a stretch to take these tyres. You could take them to lap 10, but after that you're going to be losing so much time that it just wasn't worth the extra few laps. Now, Shorty is looking a bit impatient at the back of Super Bounty right now. He's going to be looking, not on the inside, he's going to be looking to make them overtake with the DRS down the back straight here after turn 11. There you go, through turn 11. He's going to get the DRS countdown. You can see it on the bottom right hand side of the screen right now. And his DRS is open. His ERS is set to overtake. Bounty's chosen the inside line on the entry to turn 12. And is Shorty going to be able to outbrake him? It's not the easiest place to overtake if you haven't got that overtake done. But he has, and he's going to take that inside line. But Bounty's fought back. Look at that. Somehow Bounty carried a lot of speed through that corner, took a bit more curb, helps his car to rotate there, and that is how you can defend. So good job as Izat sets the fastest lap with a 1:36.9. That's a pretty fairly decent lap actually. Bearing in mind they've still got around 2/3 of a tank of fuel left. We are past a third of the way through. I hope this stream has been exciting so far for you guys. And Shorty still hasn't overtaken Super Bounty. Super Bounty staying out for another lap. I do not think these softs can go that long. Now let's see if Bounty can make a move. If Shorty can make a move, sorry. Ooh, bit of a late move from Bounty there. Very clever defensive move though to let your car just drift to the right hand side, because it still counts as one defensive move. But unfortunately, Shorty has taken the lead away from, well, taking 5th place away from Bounty. Shorty is back up to where he needs to be to make sure Izat doesn't win the Drivers' Championship today. Izat currently running in 1st place, but has yet to stop, but he did start on those medium tyres. Teammates Carter and Gernman with a lot of bad blood, in Toro Rosso right now, looking to battle every lap of this race currently. They are just so evenly matched when it comes to race pace that Carter is getting impatient. He does have the DRS, but as always, Gernman knows how to defend at this corner, and he's done it again. He has the right to the racing line, and he's pushed Carter slightly wide again. I don't think that's any problem, because Carter is still managing to get his car turned in there, and he's not being forced off track, per se. We'll have to wait and see a few of these onboards, but we will check it again at the next lap. So here they come down this beautiful cambered, fast right-handers. They're coming into turn 19 now. Really easy place to invalidate. Gernman picks up a penalty. As I was saying that there for invalidating the lap, he needs to be careful because he's now got a penalty and Carter does not. Now I'm going to jump to Carter's onboard to see if he can take him here. Again, Gernman has chosen the inside line. Carter's chosen the outside. German looking to defend on the inside. He takes a far tighter turn, but because this turn is so wide, you can get away with it, and he is ahead again. Carter is still behind. Now, the fact that Carter has 2 laps younger tyres is somewhat of a misnomer, because the fact that he's following German so closely means that his tyres are going to be getting chewed up. They're going to be overheating. They're going to be struggling for grip because of the lack of downforce too. That's going to put extra load, extra pressure onto these tyres, and they're going to be wearing at a far higher rate than German's. So the fact that German pitted early has actually helped him out here, because it helps to even out this tyre wear battle. If they had their telemetry on, I could tell you exactly what the tyre wear was, but they don't, unfortunately. Hopefully they'll turn it on next race so we can see some of that info. But right now, German is still leading, and let's see if he is squeezing Carter out. German's not chosen the inside line here. He's looking to outbrake. Oh, he's locked up slightly, and Carter's taking him. Carter has now retaken that provisional pole position. Is German looking to fight back? He is, but Carter's still got it. German now looking down the inside. No, he's not. Carter's got the overtake done cleanly. Well done, Carter. He's finally got ahead now. If we do see Carter pull away now, we're going to know that it was a very good defensive drive from German, but unfortunately, Carter probably does have a little bit more race pace. I doubt... Oh, German's going a little bit wide. He's getting a bit impatient now. He wants to keep that speed to try and get the overtake done again. He will have a bit of DRS here, but I think it's no. Look, you can see he's left his ERS to overtake. German, if you can hear me, turn your ERS down. There you go. He needs to turn that down because he's only got 8% now. He left it on that whole lap down the back straight. That could have caused him to lose out a bit of speed on that back straight, actually. I'm not sure how much it was then. But he's not having a good time right now. We've got a yellow in sector 3. It looked like it was the Williams of Santi cutting a corner, maybe. Or is that... Oh, the Williams of YBN Stevens, sorry, cutting the corner. We've still got Izat and Stinson yet to pit, who started on the medium tyres. We need to know how far those mediums are going to go so we can figure out if these guys could do a one-top on the soft medium. That is the 2 guys currently in provisional 1 and 2. That's Carter and Gernman. Now, looking at the close battles on track, everyone has spaced out a fair bit right now. So what I will do is start at the back of the grid and start working my way up just to see how some of these guys are getting on. So we're riding on board with Havoc right now. He's one of our D2 drivers. He's replacing Lika, who's currently watching the stream at Ferrari this weekend, to help Ferrari still get some points and to fill in some of these numbers, because again, a lot of these D1 drivers have all decided to take a holiday at the same time. So I hope they are enjoying themselves and having fun in this beautiful weather. But we can see here, Havoc's, he's picked up 3-second penalties already, so he's got 9-second worth of penalties. He is racing without a racing line, let's not forget. He usually puts it on. So it is a bit of a learning curve for him. We've got a yellow in sector 2, not sure who that is, I'll leave it for now. Oh, it's a Red Bull. Havoc's about to come up to him, let's see who it is. It looks like Rubs is having a bit of a tough time. But yeah, Havoc is doing a very solid job riding without a racing line right now. He was in D1 last season when they had the racing line, let's not forget. He did want to move down to D2 to get a bit more practice, but maybe this could be the return of Havoc in D1. Now I'm going to move up to YBN Steven, another D2 driver who is definitely going to be moving to D1 next season. He is currently the driver championship leader in D2 in his McLaren. He's currently the constructor champion leader as well, and it looks like he is going to secure his win this weekend as his future teammate Rubs is sliding slightly as they're going through here. He's letting him past, actually. Rubs put up no defense there. I think Rubs' tyres are shot. He hasn't pitted yet and he's gone 13 laps. That's giving us a bit of an idea at how fast these tyres are. Moving up to Super Bounty, he is in the McLaren. This is his first D1 season without any assists. He also uses cockpit cam, so he is as hardcore and as realistic as you can get it. He's had him and his teammate Simon, both of these guys from D2 to D1 this season, they've had a really, really good season. It's their first time without any assists. They've been scoring points in all but 2 races each, I believe. They're very consistent with their pace. They're very consistent with the lack of penalties, with no penalty points, and so on. They are 2 fantastic drivers who are going to be in D1 next season on an F1 2020 as well. So definitely keep a lookout for these 2 drivers. Next up is Scotty. Currently in the Alpha, teammates are Shorty. Always see Scotty and Shorty in battles with the Ferraris, the Vilsec and Lika. Right now, today you saw a battle that come to blows actually between Scotty and Havoc on the run up into turn 11. But again, another great driver, another one who's committed to next season in F1 2020. Very fast driver too. Expect to see more of this guy. Expect to see him finish on the podium a few more times next season as well. Next up is Vilsec. Vilsec from D3 to D2 to D1, all in one season. He started his OFR career with a heavy dive bomb in Bahrain, which almost wiped out 2 drivers of Bounty and Robot. That's me. And Ever since then, he has improved every single race. He raced in both D2 and D1 last season. He's now only in D1. He is a fast driver in Gran Turismo Sport as well. He's a fast driver in Dirt as well. He currently does hold the second Triple Crown to get a race win in every single one of these games. And he is getting faster every single week. You saw him finish in the P3 today in qualifying. I expect to see him in the top 5 at least when this race comes to an end, but he is 100% the underdog, possible MVP, the guy that you want to keep an eye on in OFR. Now, next up we have got Pingu, as we see the gaps increase again slightly, so I will just continue with this monologue. I hope you guys don't mind with this. Pingu is our secretary here in OFR. He helps to register all the new guys, helps to welcome all the new guys, and helps to keep party chats alive, streams alive. He is our official hype man. This is his first season for him as well without no assist. He races on the controller, I believe. Let me just check his onboard and see if it's a bit choppy. I think he does race on the controller. We're seeing a bit of a battle between these two right now. Santi's got the overtake done actually before they get into turn 12. Can he keep it? He has taken that curb and he's helped his car to rotate and he's done it. So, well done, Pingu. Pingu now. Oh, Simon's looking down the inside here. He's not giving up. Oh, bit of contact between these two. Didn't see any carbon fiber coming off the track there though. Let's hope Simon's wing is okay. Let's jump to him. Yep, no end plates missing, no winglets missing, but it looks like Pingu has now secured that overtake. I don't think Simon's going to be able to fight back. Now, as I was saying, I'll switch to Simon now, actually, a teammate of Bounty, and again, D2 last season, D1 this season. Hell of a driver. Staying in D1 for next season as well when we switch to F1 2020. Look out to him. But Pingu, he's been getting faster and faster. He's been getting more consistent, more importantly. And he is a great OFR ambassador here. So thanks for your work there, Pingu. Moving up to the racing point, this is Izat's teammate. As Izat's actually pitted and he's come out in 4th place. Sorry for missing that, guys. Stinson is currently in provisional, in 1st place, but he will drop down to 3rd place, I believe, when he comes into the pits. I'm not sure what lap. Oh, we can check actually. Izat pitted. Let's just have a look at his tyres. Izat pitted this lap, so he took those mediums 15 laps. Right, so that means that he's going to have to stop again, as he has come back out on the soft tyres. The softs will definitely not go 15 laps. Havoc picks up his 4th penalty of the day, and just looking at the two top guys, they've got 10 laps left. Carter's got 10 laps left of these tyres. Gernman has just 6 or 7 laps left. They're going to have to pit again as well, so it looks like it is going to be a 2-stop strategy. But as the gaps increase again, I will just quickly make a note on Tommy, another very fast driver. Teammates Izat currently, and he currently has a fair few points as well this season. Let me just jump to the results and let me tell you exactly what they are. Gwendolyn, help me out here. Thank you very much, Gwendolyn. Tommy is currently in 11th place on 30 points. Now, he has missed a few races, and he has had, I think, 1 DNF this season. But he did finish really high up last season. I think he's another one of these drivers who's just getting used to not using the racing line, and not using any other assist as well, to that matter. Let me just reiterate that, because I know you guys sometimes forget. But fantastic racer, very fast. You've seen him with a race win. You've seen him pole positions, quite a few actually, and he's not one to be overlooked. Looking back, we've got Izat about to make a move on Gernman. Now, Izat is on the soft tyre. He is on a 2-stop strategy, as is Gernman right now. Gernman is on 9-lap on mediums, so these tyres are 2/3 worn already, as we see Vilsek pick up a penalty. Corner cutting. Izat's got a lot of speed here. He's going to be looking to make a move on Gernman. He's actually got that overtake done. Can he outbrake him into turn 1? Yes, he can. He's got the inside line. And Izat has now moved up into 3rd place. Now, where is Stinson? And is Stinson going to pit? This is going to be it for Stinson. 16-lap old medium tyres. They are not going to make it any more laps with the speed that he wants to do. Is he coming into the pits? No, he's staying out for another lap. Stinson's taking these tyres 16 laps. How is he doing this? I do not know. Now, Izat's 5 seconds down the road from Carter. 5.0 seconds. We'll keep an eye on Izat for now, see if this gap reduces. 4.8. He's set the fastest lap with a 1:34.6, so he is 2 seconds quicker than these guys on mediums right now. A sector alone, so he's going to get Carter this lap. 4.6 seconds. He'll be a lot faster as he goes through the S's. Let's keep an eye on that now. 4.4 seconds, 4.3 seconds. Mini sector done, 4.3 seconds again. Mini sector done. 4.33. He's only gained 100 each turn there. And he's down to 4.1 as he comes out of the S's. And it'll be a lot quicker through here as well, because this is really tyre dependent, this part of the track. He's gone purple in the first sector, and he's now got the gap to below 4 seconds. Is it below? No, it's a little bit higher. It's 4.04 for now. He's not going to get in this lap. Next lap, possibly. But every lap he does on these tyres, they're going to be getting slower and slower. So he needs to catch him quickly. As we see Simon S1 Fury come into the pits too. So Izak was our F1IR Season 2 champion winner. After that, it was OFR Season 1 where AJ won and Izak came second. But Izak is currently looking to win this season at OFR. All he needs to do is finish first here today. And Shorty needs to finish out of the top 5. And he's won. But I don't think that's going to be possible for him today, because Shorty, as you can see, is currently in 5th place. And Shorty is not a driver to overlook. He's a very fast driver, constantly in battle with the Ferraris, some of our fastest drivers here. And he's got a few podiums. He's got a race win, I believe. He's got one race win. And overall, I mean, he's just an incredible driver. So Izak still has a lot of work to do if he wants to secure this championship. Carter, one of the latecomers for D1. He started in D1. He then got removed from the league due to bad behaviour. He's back in D1 now, though. And his on-track etiquette is good enough for him to keep racing. He is a very fast driver. He's looking to take the race win here if he can keep it clean for the rest of the race, because Stinson still has to pit. Carter will have to pit again, let's not forget that, unless he can take these tyres 18 laps. And using Stinson as a guinea pig, it looks like he can. And it looks like Stinson really is committing to this one-stop strategy here. He could be going to the very end on a fresh set of softs. If he can stay out one more lap, he could switch to the softs and be fast and have faster tyres than the top 4 currently. And the top 4 will still need to pit again. Stinson started in last place. He could actually win this race if he can extend these tyres one more lap. Now, I'm going to jump up to Simon, because these two teammates at McLaren are battling right now for that final point in the championship currently. Simon won't pit again. I think he will be able to take these softs 11 laps. He will be falling off at the end, but Bounty will be able to take these mediums 17 laps now that we know Stinson can do it. But whose tyres are going to be worse off? Is it going to be 11 lap old softs, or is it going to be 17 lap old mediums? I don't know, but Simon is going to have a huge toe and a huge toe and DRS as they go through here. He's switching his ERS back up now. He needs to get that to overtake. He's done it, and he's got the DRS countdown. DRS open. Let's see if he has the speed to overtake. He's got so much speed. He needs to stay behind him. He needs to stay behind him a little bit more. He has got the inside line. Can he outbrake him? Yes, he can. He lifts off the brake slightly to make sure he can get that overtake done. And now Bounty is behind, looking to get that position back as they go through turn 13. But Simon's got the inside line. Bounty could be doing the switch back here. No. Now, who's going to commit to the inside? It's going to be Simon. Very clever defense there. And Simon has got the overtake done on those fresh softs. But Bounty might be able to fight back on a bit less worn mediums towards the end of the race. Now Stinson has pitted and he has come out in 4th place, only 5 seconds behind on fresh soft rubber. Guys, what do you think? Is Stinson going to be able to take this win? Is he going to do it? I need to know. Jan, good to have you here. You've missed quite a lot. We've had Carter and Gurman being super aggressive teammates on track. We've also had battles between the McLarens. We've had a bit of a battle between, again, a Ferrari and an Alfa. We've had a lot of clean overtakes, a lot of clever driving, a lot of clever defense. It's been a very good race, saying that there's only 14 drivers here. It's actually been very, very entertaining. I hope I've kept this as entertaining as possible for you guys as we see Rubs in the pits. And will he come out ahead of YBN? I'm not sure. YBN's coming down the pit straight now. Rubs just coming out of the pits. Rubs has come out ahead, I believe. Let's see if he can keep it. Yes, he can. He's quite far ahead, actually. So these future teammates are going to be battling again as Havoc picks up another 3-second time penalty here. Now, Stinson has it all to do. He has to make up around, let's just check the time from the leader. He has to make up 14 seconds with only 8 laps to go. That's 1.8 seconds per lap he needs to make up if he wants to get this race win. He will be looking at a podium, I believe. He's only 3 seconds behind ISRL German right now. Both Carter and German will be able to go to the end if they can manage their tyres as well as Stinson did. But let's not forget, these two were battling hard on the first stint on their medium tyres, and that could have resulted in some tyre wear. But we've got Simon spinning and dropping down to 11th with his teammate Bounty getting that position back. I hope these two didn't come to blows there. I really hope they didn't. I really hope they didn't. That would be very sad if they did come to blows. Now, sorry for the lack of concentration there. I was just checking the stream quickly. Going to jump back to this now. Stinson is now only 1.1 seconds behind German, so I'm going to jump to him and watch how much quicker these tyres are. Now, if he can close up through these really fast right-handers here, which it looks like he can, he's got a far better line, and he's gained 2 tenths actually just through those 3 corners alone. He'll be able to turn them a lot cleaner. He won't go wide as Gernman did. Will he get DRS? He will get it. He will get it. Let's see. The countdown has begun, and he's got DRS. He's going to be able to close him down. So, expect to see Stinson overtake him on the back straight on the run up to turn 12, or the run down to turn 12. Beg your pardon. German sliding a little bit there. You can see his tyres are a bit worse for wear there, and German has allowed Stinson to escape. You can see German actually lifted there, and he did allow Stinson just to pull away. He knows that's the battle. He is not going to want to fight because it's going to be working his tyres more than he wants if he wants to take these to the end of the race. He will be on 21 lap old medium tyres, sorry, at the end of the race, so he needs to be careful. He needs to be careful. And we've got Isaac just 2 seconds behind Carter now as well. Now we've got the Ferrari of Havoc, who's still doing a pretty good job getting his car around this track. He's not in last, he's in provisional P12 at the minute, ahead of the other D2 guys, Rubs and YBN. Vilsek is surprisingly a lot further down than I expected him to finish. I expected him to finish at least at least P5, I said. But he's currently in the P8 as Isaac takes another half a second out of Carter's lead. YBN's left the session as we see Isaac come into the pits for some fresh rubber. Now this was unexpected. What's going on here? Guys in the stream, you're going to have to help me out here. Why is Isaac fitted for fresh softs? Is he going for fastest lap? Where's Shorty? Shorty's not going to be able to overtake him. We've also got Gernman in the pits who's coming out in fresh softs. Maybe he was doing a defense against Gernman, I don't know. There are only 6 laps left, including this one though. So what's going on with Isaac? Yeah, Isaac's done a medium soft, but he could have taken those softs to the end quite comfortably. It depends how hard he was pushing on those softs actually. But now he's got 20 seconds to make up if he wants to make a move on Carter, and 9 to make up if he wants to make a move on Stinson. Otherwise, he's looking at a solid P3. Oh, it looks like YBN glitched out because his AI is currently on track. I did send him multiple invites, so let's hope he can get back. And his AI is, of course, blocking Isaac right now. Isaac's probably lost about half a second, or at least a second there, actually, to that car. Hopefully YBN can rejoin and take control of his car. He was looking a bit glitchy in the stream, so that's probably the reason why, but hopefully he'll get it back. Now, Stinson's dropped back 11 seconds now on Carter. He must have made a mistake here, because we expected him to be around 7 seconds behind. Isaac was gaining on Carter, of course, but Stinson was a little bit closer, I believe. It looks like Carter's going to take another race win here. This will be his third, but second since one got removed due to a penalty. Isaac's picked up a 3-second time penalty now as well, and it looks like the soft-medium strategy was the one to go for here. Yeah, I understand Isaac's going to be looking at fastest lap, but he may have been looking at a P2 though, possibly a P1. But was that enough to sacrifice, 7 points to just get 1 point back for the fastest lap? Can Carter finish on the medium? Steve's asking. He will be able to. Just the last 2 laps will be absolute hell for him. but he has, you can see how much ERS he's got as well. He's making sure he has enough to defend at the end. He has been doing careful tyre management as well. He's not doing it oversteer anywhere. He's keeping his rubber cool, and he's making sure the wear is minimal. I don't think Carter's going to be able to go right to the end. I'm going to jump down to Gernman right now because he is right on the rear of ISRL, right on the rear of Shorty, sorry. He's just 7/10 behind, and he's going to get a big boost of DRS here as well. There it goes open. He set his ERS to overtake. He's not one to manage his ERS correctly, but he has got enough to get an overtake done here. Shorty has chosen the inside line. Can he outbrake him? It looks like he can, but Shorty's going to be able to fight back. No, he's not. Shorty needed to lift slightly there to make sure he could make that corner and not go straight in to Gernman, who is now up to 4th place. So he started in 2nd, he's down to 4th. Not a bad job there, not bad at all. Now, Stinson's taking 2 seconds out of Carter, but that's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. Don't worry, Lex. we'll find out later. No, Stinson's just not got the pace right now to take it out of Carter. Carter's just, you can see Carter is playing with his ERS a little bit. He's trying to make sure that gap stays above 5 seconds for now. As soon as Stinson gets below there, Carter is in trouble. Gernman picks up another 3-second time penalty, cutting corners, I imagine. And there's is there any more battles going on? No battles. We've got Santi coming up to the back of his teammate, the back marker of Gernman right now, and it's going to be Havoc. Oh no, it's going to be Vilsek overtaking him as well. Vilsek and Santu are pretty close on track, 6/10 behind. We could see a late battle between these two. Let's stick with these two for now, actually, to see how they get on. Ooh, Stinson nearly going into the back of the warping Santi car there. He's going to get DRS now, though. Let's see if he can get him. He's gaining on him, but he's just not enough. He's not got enough speed right now to get an overtake done. He's turned his ERS all the way down. He knows that. He's not going to try and outbrake him, but he is going to try and put him off. Oh, he's looking down the inside, actually, into turn 12. But Santi has a far better exit there, as Stinson was off the racing line in the marbles and struggling for grip. That's why he was a bit hesitant on the throttle there. Ooh, Vilsek's dropped back a little bit. He's still lifting as he's going through these right-handers. I'm not sure if that's a front wing issue, but Vilsek is not liking those 16, 17 and 18 right-handers as much as these other cars are. It's a nice on-camber turn, actually, and it is quite forgiving if you do understeer, but there's something must be going on with Vilsek's setup. It's causing him to not get as much speed as he would want through there, and he's now dropped back to 9/10. It looks like Santu's doing everything he needs right now. He's doing far better ERS management as well. You can see he's got about 90% of his ERS there. He's doing a very good job keeping Vilsek at bay. What happened to Vilsek here? I really thought that for that Ferrari and that driver had the pace to at least get a top 3. He had it in quali, but maybe he does just have a very you know, quali setup. Maybe that's what's going on. Now, Simon has managed to catch back up to the back of Super Bounty. Simon on 8-lap old softs. Maybe we could see something here between these two drivers, and Stinson takes out another second on Carter, but again, that's just not enough. It's just not enough. As Havoc picks up, that's Havoc's 6th 3-second time penalty. I think that's his last one before he starts to get the black and white flags saying he's a dangerous driver. He needs to be very, very careful. I think AJ is rooting for rubs right now. Show saying that he practiced with Vilsek this week, and during this race his performance has dropped a fair bit. He's not comfortable with the tyre wear. He's losing a lot of time. Interesting insight there from Show. Thanks for that, Show. Yes, Stinson does not currently have the pace to make that move on Carter. Carter will take these mediums, 19 laps, as both of these McLaren drivers lock up there as they're going into turn 12. Let's hope they can keep it a bit more cleaner as they go through this really tricky start to the middle sector here. 13, 14 and 15, one of the most notorious and difficult parts of this track. ISRL's picked up another 3-second time penalty. I don't think Carter's got any penalties, but I'll tell you what I will do. I will quickly just check to see if Carter does have any penalties during these last 2 laps. And actually, no, you know, I'm not. I've got a feeling Simon's going to make a move on Bounty here. Again, these new D1 drivers, no assist, absolutely fantastic work from these two. They are fighting for the last point in the championship right now, and Simon did make a mistake earlier and spun. I'm not sure if that was the cause of Bounty. Simon braking very late there, looking to go around the outside, leaving enough space there for his teammate, but Simon's got that overtake done. Brilliant move from Simon there, round the outside, leaving just enough space for Bounty. Solid performance there, Simon. Good job. Wow. That was impressive. You will have to rewind all the way back to F1 IR Season 2 to see an overtake like that at this track. I think that was between Izat and AJ, or Izat and Jan, I can't remember who it was, but it was a very similar overtake. And I applauded it then as well. Very great place to do that overtake. Now, we've got Vilcek right on the back of Santu again. He's managed to take out 4 tenths from that 9-tenth gap, and he's brought it down to 5.2 tenths right now. They're turning into turn 19. Coming up to 20. Santu also has Tommy in front of him, who seems to be slowing down a fair bit as well. So Santu could be looking at a P6 here. That's 6 points. Oh no, that's 7 points. 8 points, sorry, I can't count today. For Williams there. He's doing all the work right now because AJ has abandoned his teammate this season. AJ, when are you coming back? We'd love to see you back here. We've got a yellow in sector 2. Is that Gernman? Gernman spun. He's on track in a very difficult part of the track as well. Let's hope he can get out of the way. He can, just in time. Vilcek now just 2 tenths behind Santu. Vilcek, he's on 1 lap younger tyres. He's looking a lot cleaner through this first sector. Vilcek is as he almost gets too much oversteer and loses the rear, but his rears did gain traction, as did his fronts at the same time, and that caused this car to go straight again. Now this is Vilcek's opportunity. This is where Vilcek can do it as Bounty goes deep, and these two McLarens are still battling. YBN Steven has finally managed to rejoin. Hopefully his AI is very far out of the way of everyone right now, but Vilcek is looking to make a move on Santi. He's going to look down the inside. He's going to outbrake him. Now can he get the car turned around? It looks like he can, and he has overtaken Santi. Santi looking to fight back as they go through to turn 13 here. Vilcek has the inside line, and he's kept that inside line as well, and he's got that overtake done. Well done, Vilcek, up to 7th place there. Solid 6 points that Ferrari most desperately need to keep this championship battle alive. Now, I'm going to jump back down to the McLarens because they've got YBN in front of them now. I think that's YBN. And he's now got control of his car as well, so he will not be moving out of the way for... Oh, he is. He's moved out of the way for at least one of them. And for the other one. And there he goes again, back up to speed. Now, we are on the last lap. And Carter is going to be a second time, I think, or third time race winner here in D1 this season. He has a very good one-stop strategy here. He did a soft and then went on to the mediums at lap 11 or 10, I believe. He's managed to keep Stinson at bay as Stinson overtakes Izat. These two are battling hard, and we'll stick with these guys for the now. Both of them has penalties. I'm just not sure how many penalties each of them has. Where's Carter? Carter's just coming up to the second to last corner now. I am going to jump to Carter as he crosses the line though. He's coming up now. Another solid performance from Carter. Sorry I'm not screaming. I've got a very sore throat from screaming so much this race. And Carter takes that race win. Well done. Now let's see where Stinson is. Oh, Stinson's dropped back a fair bit and it's going to be Izat picking up his P2 depending on how many penalties he has. Izat taking in 18 points currently. Let's just quickly see who has the fastest lap. And Izat takes second place. Now I'm going to jump to just to see who has the fastest lap as we go down to Shorty. It's currently held by Izat, so Izat is looking at a solid 19 points here. Next up is going to be Shorty, who's just coming through turn 19 now. Coming up to the last corner at turn 20. Another very good race. Bit of a lonely race for Shorty, but a solid finish and a solid result for him nonetheless. Well done there, Shorty, picking up that solid 12 points as Gurman hits the wall. Let's hope that wasn't intentional and picks up P5. Next up is going to be Tommy. Another top 10 finish for Tommy. Another solid point finish for Racing Point, Force India, whatever you want to call them, and he finishes them. Vilsek's going to finish ahead of Santi. Santi's going to finish behind Vilsek in 8th place, and next across the line is going to be Scotty, the second Alpha, picking up 2 points for his team. Again, much needed points for that constructor battle. Well done, guys. Santi is finished in 9th. Scotty's actually jumped Santi. Santi must have had a hell of a lot of penalties there. And it's going to be Simon finishing in front of his teammate Bounty here. I'm not sure where they've swapped positions again, but well done to these guys. Now, Simon does have a penalty, so let's see if he will still finish ahead of his teammate as he crosses the line in 10th place, getting that final point. Well done, Simon. And Bounty jumps him. Bounty jumps his teammate and picks up that final point. So good job, guys. Now, I know it's only been me in the commentary box here, but I hope I've kept that as entertaining as I possibly could for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for liking this video. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to us and like to us as well. But, yeah, great race. We've got D2 starting in just over 30 minutes time. AJ will be commentating there, so make sure you tune into that, please. And otherwise, I hope you guys have a great time, have a great day, and thanks for tuning in.